right, man. Looks like CJ Gardner-Johnson might have dodged the bullet. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. So apparently they was reporting it was a non-contact injury, but apparently he was engaged with a blocker and he hurt his knee. So yeah. That's what it was. He got carted off. You know, people were saying he was being emotional and he was mad, and now what is being said, you know, before tests is being ran on him, so we gotta wait officially to test being ran, that he's gonna be fine. But the test hopefully can confirm that, and you know, it's the season for these soft tissue injuries to happen. And what you gotta understand too, you gotta ease in the camp. You know what I'm saying? They don't practice as much anymore. They don't have as many mini camps and OTAs, I don't believe, anymore. So for the most part, when you first come into something, I think, you know, they should be doing a lot of stretching, a lot of, you know, warming the body up, a lot of half-speed drills. But when you don't have them two-a-day practices, padded practices no more, and you got less practices and less time to practice, guess what? Then you kind of got to rush everything into, you got to, you know, compress everything. So that's a problem. When you have to compress things and do things faster and all that. And the players fought for less OTAs, less mini camps, less padded practices, less practice time. They fought for all of that, and guess what happened since they fought for that? Injuries have went up. Soft tissue injuries have went up. Major injuries, season-ending injuries has come up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, you got more practice time. Guess what? You can ease into these drills. You can ease into this change of direction. But when you got less practice time, then you got to rush into shit. You know, you got to rush into it. So, I mean, they'll figure it out, quite frankly. You know, that's why they drafted Brian Branch. So Brian Branch was going to have to step into that role and play. And it would have been a blow to the secondary. I mean, because you got Tracy Walker come off a major injury. Then you got, you know, CJ Gardner-Johnson go down. So that's two major players. You're already down Emmanuel Mosley at the cornerback position. So, to be honest, you know, Brian Branch could have stepped right in there, but then again, you know, you just rather ease the rookie right into there. So that messes up the vision, so, of what they had to do. But, you know, you anticipate these things. A strength can go to a weakness like that. You know, it can go to a weakness just like that. So, they prepared, you know, for help behind him with Brian Branch. And that's the difference from when this team was here before Brad got here. Had no real depth. One guy went down, it was a major drop off to the next guy. Now you talk about, you got guys like Penei Sewell, you got guys, you know, he backed up by what's the guy, the backup tight end that comes in to play pretty good, you know, or the former tight end, Matt Nielsen. I mean, then you got, you know, High Tide, he backed up by, you know, Graham Glasgow, and they backed up by, you know, what's the other kid out of Stenberger, and you know, they got a versatile line. You know, Penei can kick to the left side. I mean, down the defensive line, you got a plethora of talent. I mean, you talking about Romeo Okoro, Julian Okoro, Charles Harris, Aiden Hutchinson, John Kaminsky, Josh Pascal can go in and out. Lee McNeil down 22 pounds. You bring back Anna Zorke. I mean, you got a lot of stuff. Isaiah Buggs. I mean, you got a lot of just different pieces there. Even in the linebacker room now. I mean, now you got, you know, Barnes, who trying to vie for the starting position. You got Jack Campbell. You got Rodrigo. You got Alex Anzalone. So you got depth all over the field. All over the field. The receiving core, you bring in Denzel Williams, St. Brown, hopefully get when J-Mo come back. Tight end room, you got a number of guys in the tight end room. Wright, Mitchell, Laporta. I mean, running back, you bring back Justin Jackson. That was a no-brainer. You got Craig Reynolds. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You got David Montgomery. I mean, they pretty much got, you know, depth across the board. You know, they got superior depth across the board, damn near, and you know that's what make teams great, because you gonna endure injuries, and also keeping these guys ready, getting these guys ready. You know, and then, you know, having a depth on the practice squad as well, too. You know, having that depth on the practice squad is very vital as well, too. So, this is why you build depth. I mean, You know, you might need a guy for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, maybe for the rest of the season. You know, last year we had some injuries, and that's how you find out Kirby Joseph is ready to step up. This is how you find Justin Houston ready to step up. So then, you know, you start to really see how good your scouting department really is. So Brad has done a good job finding top tier talent, whatever. And that's the thing about, you know, undrafted free agents and drafted middle to late. That's where your nucleus of your team is built at. It's cheaper, and there's football players everywhere. Look at this running back from Houston last year with the Texans. What's his name? Damian Pierce, something like that. They found him, what, 5th, 6th, 7th round or something like that. So, you know, depth. Depth is the key. It's the key. But, you know, they was prepared. If he went down, they was prepared to slide in Brian Branch. You know, you got some veterans still out there like Ndamukong Suh and some of these other guys still out there. But I think they like what they got right now. And, you know, they could get a huge jolt. Not only with the new secondary to get, I forget the guy's name that came from the Steelers, Jerry Jacobs. I mean, you got, you know, you might get a nice little boost, you know, from honest rookie too. Lee McDill down 22 pounds. I mean, Josh Pascal coming in healthy. So you're going to get a push in the middle of that defense. And that's pretty much what their defense's mission is, that interior push right in the middle of the quarterback's face. And they got a plethora of pass rushers, I mean, you could pick from on the edge. Kaminsky, Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris, Romeo, Julie. I mean, you can go on and on. Pascal can play the outside. Anders Rookie can play the outside a little bit. So they built the machine as far as, you know, building depth and finding guys late. James Houston, another guy on the outside that can do some things. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see kind of, you know, how they improve and how they deal with the expectations, and, you know, if that momentum from winning in Green Bay last year carry over to this year. But first and foremost, you got to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be healthy. You don't really want to test that luck or that depth of your team. You don't want to have to test it. If you need to, you're going to be able to go there and utilize it. But you don't really want to, you know, deal with injuries and all that. But you know, we'll see what happens, and hopefully C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the test reveals he'll be all right. Won't miss too much time, because they got to build that camaraderie in the back end and learn and gel to play together. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check out my main channel, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.